Just do that, but older. And you got it.
Okay, it's like...
Maybe a little more higher pitched.
Well, why don't you go somewhere else to find company?
That's exactly it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Yay.
I didn't think I'd reach this moment, boys. I'm so sorry.
So, boys, are you ready to bear repeating?
No, thank you.
I mean, if you're going casually, again, I will agree. If you're going casually, this level is pretty good.
Actually, you know what? Since Polar's best friend doesn't appear in this game, why don't you honor her memory and dress as Purah?
Sure. What? I don't know. That doesn't seem quite right.
The male one is more like Tiny
Well,
Tiger. The other one is more like...
Well, he was already Coco. Oh, that's right. He wasn't Coco on the last... Or were you Coco on the last one?
on the last level.
Yeah, then, I don't know. To keep it up...
honestly, I was honestly going to try something a little more classical.
Okay, why not?
Since that would make sense considering this is a Crash 2 callback we're about to head into, so bears repeating. Another one of the most infamous stages in Crash 4. I mean, playing it casually, it's not that bad. It's mostly if you're trying to go for the insanely perfect relic.
Yeah, and we'll go into... Well, not even just the insanely perfect relic. I'd say just getting the boxes in general, but we will elaborate on that a little bit more once we get to the main gimmick of this level.
That's fair. It's honestly a shame, too, considering the fact that, well, if it's not immediately obvious, a certain fan favorite does return, and, well, I appreciate the fact he returns. It's just...
I'll be back.
Okay.
Oh, come on, guys. The best is yet to come.
I do like this level.
Won't it be fun?
Oh, look at him. He's trying to warm himself up.
He's so sad.
He's been frozen stiff to a point he's literally lost polygons.
First off, did you...
Alright, guys.
Yeah?
I'll be right back. I gotta eat dinner.
Okay, all this dinner. Well, I'm
Also...
He has eyes.
Alright, be right back.
Look at this abomination that is a motherfucker's squinty little eyes.
And I guess it is just now, like, their noses just are icicle-shaped.
Well, their noses have always been kind of like that, haven't they?
Man, what a time for them to suddenly leave right when the bear's about to show up.
Well, you know what? Considering how this playthrough's been through, I get the feeling you're gonna take so many Devil Dame deaths at that bear, they'll probably get back and not miss anything.
Again, I'm gonna say, like, you should... I will... On Matt's behalf, I'm telling you, don't bother. This is the other biggest gripe that a lot of people... This is the other, like, biggest gripe that a lot of people have with this game is not so much the physics, but the hitbox related to Polar and breaking some of these boxes. They
it
put
is too precise.
Well, not just that, but for the first time ever, I want to say for the first time ever, they put boxes in 2x2 square stacks, which I don't remember if you've ever had to do that in a Crash game before. Normally I'm used to, like, you know, there'll be a stack of 2 crates, one on top of the other, but I don't remember ever having to go for a 2x2 stack.
Not that I recall.
You mean like 2 crates on their sides? I feel like that's been done somewhere before.
Oh, that'd be 1x2, but I mean like right there, like you see how there's like a square with another, like, yeah, like two rows of 2 crates on top of one another, and the issue is that you have an instance where it's now so many boxes that yes,
I knew I was missing something.
That
Sneaky
yes,
dick.
that yes, as James will probably show off because it's almost luck based. I want to say sometimes Polar's hitbox just is not big enough to hit them all comfortably.
By the way, Yellow Gem Path is another interesting classic Crash callback because we're heading on back to the high road.
Oh, god damn it.
Or as some like to call it, the road to nowhere.
And you don't have that jumping on the ropes thing to help you.
No, but you do have something that's a little better than that. A double jump.
That is true. That helps a lot, plus
And you have a drop shadow. Well, a more pronounced one. But there's also the motherfuckers and their little green joys that'll also get in the way, so be wary of that.
Those darn drones.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Why are they called that? Why do you guys call them that?
Okay,
we should tell her. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so in the original Crash 1, like, you know how like it's mostly an in-joke with coding because, like, usually when you name your files, they'll probably do shorthand sort of remarks. Like for the lab assistants, they'll probably just short range it to something along the lines of object ass, and And then
For
it came
assistant.
to a point where the Naughty Dog developers decided, you know what, why don't we play with this a little further? So they started calling them all sorts of derogatory names like Object Motherfucker, Object Asshole, or something along the lines.
They did
Got
officially call them that in the with the fragile. They did start officially calling them that, and many believe it was because of a jokes that you could canonically say, "Man, this motherfucker right here killed me." But yes, it is, at least in terms of in their raw data files, at least back in Crash 1 and Crash 2, Naughty Dog referred to them as motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Got
and
it.
whether I don't know if they carried that over to the Insane trilogy though.
Probably not. It would have to, again. It's primarily a coding thing, so you'd have to dig deep into that stuff in order to figure it out. I want to say they didn't, but who knows? Like for the games, like the actual games themselves, they still keep it PG and call them lab assistants.
Although considering how like deep cut Toys for Bob have been with Crash so far, I wouldn't put it past them to actually retain that.
Oh no, and especially in this game, like considering all the freaking costume names we've been seeing so far, like Mother Clucker, Bighorn Energy, and
Booty Calls.
Booty Calls, and the Caveman one for what was it called? Maximus Erectus.
Yes,
Yeah. Well,
Do
Erectus.
not say that again.
they did call it that.
Well, I was about to say Erectus is technically a like genus definition when it comes to like animal stuff. It just happens to share the name of a funny word.
Yeah.
Get
Also,
Hey.
who let that whole stack of nitros there for us to bounce on like an idiot?
I'm just gonna toss this out there. There is an official species known as Homo erectus. I'm serious, and it refers to a type in our human evolution when we began walking upright and stuff like that.
Well, while Cortex goes and has fun with skiing, we got another bonus level to take care of.
Cortex,
I've always wanted to go skiing.
Cortex, chase me.
Maybe later.
Come, Crash. Let us frolic in the snow. Where to go?
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
Whoa.
see you later, Crash. I'm gonna go on the big dip.
Crash, if you follow me, I'll give you hot chocolate.
Oh,
Hot chocolate sounds good.
Once we start that little section with Cortex, you might be interested to see a little detail like before. Hey, I'm an idiot.
oh, that's
Why are
okay.
you
Yeah.
an idiot?
Because he missed those boxes.
Yeah, I jumped the gun on that part.
Yeah, but what kind of detail are you talking about with Cortex?
I'll explain it later once we actually start that sequence.
Okay.
It's one of those things. It's more or less not so much like a official detail, but something I like to consider like a headcanon.
Alrighty. Yeah, because this is what he did, Jordan. He should have gone after these boxes, because otherwise, if he hit that switch, those boxes would have been blocked by the iron crate that summoned.
Okay. That's right. Okay. That makes sense.
There we go. That's what I was supposed to do. And with that obviously seems much easier than I made it out to be.
Yay!
So let's head on back up and, we got some unfinished business with Cortex there, because he left a little friend for us to ride on.
doggy!
Hey, Polar, let's ride.
And right away, careful. And I honestly don't even bother boosting all that much.
Oh yeah, no, don't boost it. Don't boost in this level, even though you do have that option. Only do so if you're going for the time trial, and there you have it.
Yeah, and it's not worth it. I've seen some of the camera angles and stuff. I have watched speedrunners, people who would play every game, even Wrath of Cortex, 100% through, get to this part and their death count would be around 2, and by the time they finished, it's in the 30s. Just because they're trying to. You need to do something about this, Toys for Bob, please.
So yeah, no, about that headcanon I was talking about earlier, I like to believe that technically Polar, as far as I'm aware, is not an official. Dang it. Polar himself, I don't believe is supposed to be an official denizen of the 11th dimension. Cortex just brought him here just so Crash can have a buddy to ride on while he has this fun little chase sequence, and then cocktails us like that, jerk.
Yeah, and actually, now I think about it, the section isn't even all that long, but it always feels really long.
It feels really long with all the retries.
Look
Look at that, he hit a. Go ahead.
If I could be meta about it, even taking the double damn boxes into account, it's
What Crash doesn't realize is that I also drugged Polar so that he no longer controls us gracefully as he used to.
Oh, that's not nice.
Aw.
How dare you, Cortex?
Considering all the inhumane stuff he's been doing with animals for years now, that's not the least bit surprising.
It's called being a villain, baby.
Suppose so.
Shut up.
Suppose so. Also, hey, welcome ASMR Cortex. Welcome to the call.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, because that's the thing. The reason he says that is that we were under the assumption that we were actually going to be doing this a lot later tonight, like to a point where my folks would have already went to bed while we were recording. And so I said, like, I could still do it as long as you don't mind me speaking in a hushed tone. And Logan said, so does that mean we're going to be getting ASMR Cortex? And I was like, if no one's against it, sure.
Oh, it's James, yeah. Oh, actually, wait, is Matt here yet?
I'm here. I've been here.
Oh, welcome.
There you are.
Thank you.
Hey there, Matt. Why don't we take down Cortex for a fourth time?
Why not? Let's make it a big wallop.
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 I'm holding a hammer. You just can't see it.
In that picture.
I'm holding my gun. Where's my gun?
Crash Bandicoot. It's about time.
Ba-dum-bum.
This is going to be just like the old days. Except this time, everything will go according to my plan.
No.
So, for this entire fight, you're gonna have Kapuna while helping you. And, well, you're gonna need her because Cortex made some pretty damn strong alterations to his machinery. Welcome back, Sheila. You're just in time for us to kick Cortex's butt for the fourth time.
Easy does it.
Time anyway.
I had
Right.
pork chops with applesauce.
That sounds good, actually. I honestly would rather have that over the meatloaf we had.
I don't like meatloaf.
Mark 2? What happened to Mark 1? I don't like to talk about Mark 1.
Last time I tried programming Mark 1, instead of punching the Bandicoot test dummy, he punched me in the family jewels.
Ew.
Let's just say I'm happy that Nina is my niece and not my daughter, because she is totally not existent by this point.
I wonder if I actually am curious, like how Lex Lang feels about playing Cortex. Because I'm gonna be honest, like I know Mike Pollock has been very vocal about his experiences and his appreciation. Or not to say that Lex Lang is not appreciated, but I mean like
That's what I was thinking of when I said Lex Lang last night.
Like we hear Mike Pollock a lot talk about his experiences with voicing the character and all this stuff that happens there, but I never
Real
I
talk,
mean,
I wanted to see
you
if
say
I
that,
could still
Logan?
spin it without the freaking time travel.
you're doing pretty good too.
Oh, what's up,
Anyway.
Celia?
You say that, Logan. I'm curious to see what Lex Lang's experience is with voicing Kenshiro.
There's that.
Well,
there's a lot.
Well,
Nice.
I do know some time ago he did do an interview talking about like what it was like taking the role from Clancy Brown at one point. As far as like his opinions on voicing him now, I honestly don't think they're really that different from how Mike feels about Eggman. Like, it seems like Lex really enjoys voicing Cortex.
Oh yeah, no, like the fact that he's one of the few actors to return voicing the character even with all the changes. Like he must have fought hard for that role.
Yeah.
I know he also did like a big Instagram thing to commemorate Crash 4 with Jess Harnell, which further made me question like whether or not he would be in 4 or not.
But to also be
Well, I mean the fact that sorry, go ahead.
to also be fair, who doesn't love playing villains? Playing villains.
They're
is,
fun.
Playing villains is everybody's favorite, every actor's favorite thing to do. It's why Ben Mendelsohn. I love him. He's a great actor, but he has admitted he will go out of his way to play a villain in anything because he loves playing villains.
Villains are fun. Also,
In case you're wondering, Ben Mendelsohn.
Oh, wait a minute.
What happens if I hit all the
no, let me finish.
Uh-oh. Well,
Well,
no,
I
he
just
just
want-
he wanted to
Yeah,
let
but-
Cortex finish his thing.
Oh,
Hey, look at that.
oh, okay.
I just suggest looking up Ben Mendelsohn. He's a great actor. Most people remember him as the bad guy from Rogue One, my favorite Star
And yeah.
Wars movie.
I was
And,
gonna
like,
say,
I
James,
wasn't-
it's okay. There's no shame using the time mask. Now is when they're gonna literally throw everything but the sink at you.
And there's no shame for all the deaths, considering that the game doesn't really chastise you for the boss fights.
That too.
And all I was gonna say was that like I wasn't trying to be rude, Matt. It's just that that was probably one of my favorite like lines he says in the battle that I wanted to be heard.
Right. He wanted us to feel the wrath of Cortex. Speaking of which, here's the wrath of Crash and Punchbot Mark II.
Every time.
Also, don't think I didn't hear you say, "Did I do that?" You're Cortex, not Steve Urkel.
We beat ya.
Mad scientist is mad scientist.
Must we keep going
I love his
around
facial
and
expressions.
around like this? Tell me, Crash.
Existential
Is this
crisis.
all there is
Oh my.
forever?
I don't know. That's just so genuine of Crash to be. Oh, and yeah, remember when entropy was a thing?
Gloat all you want.
Well, not only is he a thing, he is now the main thing.
Alone.
Let's see how they execute it.
I found a new partner.
You were scheming behind my back.
Of course. The rift generator has capabilities beyond your eager imagination. You were content to simply rule over space and time, but I'd rather start from scratch. Erase it all. Wipe the slate clean.
Damn.
I'm going to reset the timeline and rebuild it to my liking.
Ooh, that is pretty bold.
Become a god.
In fact, my new partner very much would enjoy that.
Will those featherbrains lost? Those meddling marsupials.
Jeez.
Oh god, that face.
Since by that pompous peacock, I'd like to see him try after I shove that tuning fork up his
E10 for ages is heading up.
It appears we have a common enemy.
Oh wait, the most
Perhaps
wholesome
we're out
thing
of
in the
our
entire
enemy's
Devil Dame
cycle
franchise.
after all.
Father son bonding time!
Hungry, brother!
Okay.
No, hug, no, it's hug me, father!
I suppose so.
But, yeah, we fought, I mean, it's the first time since Crash to Insanity, Cortex and Crash have once again teamed up.
Woohoo!
Though I guess as far as this timeline is concerned, it may as well be the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now on to our next world, which is Dinosaur Land.
Yep. Now we're heading on to the Egipus dimension.
Which is the other part of the demo. Once again, like they...
Oops!
Those
Bye, Cortex.
those crazy bastards.
Oh, there he is.
They actually did it.
They did what?
No, he's quoting Jurassic
Oh, that's what he's... Oh, jeez, I almost completely forgot. Like,
And you know what? That just reminds me of, like, it's funny that you bring up Jurassic Park, Mac, because I had this gag in mind with let's not kid ourselves here. Crash has really been on a roll lately since the Insane Trilogy. Now I just have this image of, like, the scene with, like, you know how, like, Animaniacs had the Hulu executive? It would be an Activision executive being like, we are gonna make a fortune off this Bandicoot.
Oh yeah, off screen I actually decided to get the Party Rock costume for Crash.
oh, look at that.
It looks so weird.
Oh, and show 'em what else you got as well off screen in the totals. No, I mean in the level total screen.
Oh, the little toll screen?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go back.
Oh, right. Oh, okay, no, yeah, I know what you're talking about now, because, off, in between, like, yeah, the screen here does not lie, off screen I did get a perfect run gem.
Relic.
It's the skull thingy over there. That again, that requires breaking every single box without dying.
I got it right here in the Mosquito Marsh, just as I was trying to get Coco's Party Gras outfit, and it's like... if it wasn't for that one box and all those deaths, I could have gotten it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But that's okay, because at the end of the day, I do appreciate still getting the costumes regardless, so before we end off our session for today, why don't we do the inverted level for Offbeat?
Okay.